It's late afternoon when I settle into our living room, pulling back the curtains just enough to let some warmth spill through. The sun casts golden beams onto the carpeted floor, making everything feel cozy yet welcoming. My feet find comfort under an old woolen blanket laid out near the fireplace. It hasn't been lit today, but its presence offers something comforting all the same, like a promise of warmth waiting ahead. Beside me sits a stack of books, half-read tales about far-off places and quiet villages. They're scattered around along with empty cups of tea now cold, remnants of earlier days spent here. On one side stands a glass vase filled with wildflowers picked last week, still vibrant despite fading petals. Their scent fills the air softly, mingled with hints of pine polish lingering after the recent cleaning spree. Outside, rain taps gently against the windows, creating tiny symphonies that blend seamlessly with the crackle of distant traffic below. Neighbors' lights twinkle warmly beyond the trees, reminding us how close they truly live nearby, even though most nights pass unnoticed except perhaps for shared glances during walks home together years ago. A familiar purr draws attention toward the corner sofa where Marmalade curls contentedly beside her bowl of kibble. She lifts head briefly before returning to nap beneath the watchful gaze of the mantelpiece clock ticking away steadily above them both. Time seems suspended between these four walls tonight, wrapped snugly inside layers of blankets and stories left unfinished until tomorrow arrives once more. There's nothing urgent needed right now. Instead, there lies potential for hours lost entirely among pages turned slowly while sipping hot chocolate made fresh moments past. Outside might be wetter than usual, but inside feels perfectly dry thanks largely due to those carefully placed rugs catching stray drops falling unwillingly upon entryways leading elsewhere altogether. So many thoughts drift quietly alongside lazy shadows cast by waning daylight streaming diagonally across rooms. Each moment holds value simply because it exists fully realized rather than rushing onward hurriedly seeking purpose somewhere else further down road stretching endlessly behind closed doors locked tight against whatever comes next. Another evening, another quiet hour. The hearth waits, and so do I. I finish reading the final page of *Wuthering Heights* and lay aside the worn leather-bound edition. Its cover smells of aged paper and forgotten ink, carrying echoes of other evenings past curled up similarly. The book rests neatly beside a steaming mug of cocoa, steam curling lazily skyward into the cool twilight filtering through the slightly parted blinds. Marmalade stirs, ears twitching momentarily before she settles deeper into slumber. Her breaths come in measured rhythms, peaceful snores punctuating the silence. Outside, the rain has ceased, replaced by softer sounds, the occasional car passing too fast to notice much detail. Lights flicker intermittently along the street, casting rhythmic patterns on the wall opposite. My eyes trace the wooden grain of the table, fingers brushing lightly over rough edges. There's a sense of order here, tangible and reassuring. Books align themselves neatly, teacups stand upright, untouched since yesterday morning. Everything speaks volumes without saying anything outright, a testament to routine and familiarity woven tightly into fabric of daily existence. Soft footsteps echo upstairs, then hushed voices drifting downstairs. Father emerges, shoulders bearing weight of day's burdens, face softened by weariness. He stops short, catches sight of me sitting here, reads the tranquility etched on features. With a nod, he heads straight for his own chair, placing briefcase beside him, coat hanging loosely over armchair. Together we sip cocoa, watching flames dance playfully atop logs fed recently. Firelight dances across faces, highlighting contours and shadows. Conversations remain muted, mostly nods and murmurs affirming agreement silently exchanged. Words aren't necessary sometimes. They know better anyway, having lived decades intertwined closely. Moments stretch longer than usual, filling gaps left unsaid. We share smiles, look away occasionally, catch eye contact again, finding solace in mutual understanding. Life passes smoothly here, unhurried pace allowing space for reflection, appreciation, gratitude. Every step taken matters, every decision counts significantly. I close my eyes a moment. When I open them, the fire has sunk lower. Father's head nods. Time to bank the flames and turn in. Father finishes recounting the latest news from town, his voice low and soothing. His eyes meet mine, and I see reflections of memories and futures alike swirling subtly within them. Together we continue watching the fire, its orange hues painting intricate designs on the walls. Occasionally, a gusty wind rattles the shutters, sending shivers through the house. But inside, warmth radiates from every surface, including the polished wood floors and plush cushions invitingly arranged around the fireplace. The smell of roasting chestnuts wafts from the kitchen, teasing senses dulcetly. Outside, dusk descends, turning the world outside darker shades of blue and green. Streetlights blink on sporadically, adding patches of yellow light to the darkening canvas. Shadows lengthen, twisting and bending according to the angle of the moon peeking shyly through clouds. Inside, however, the atmosphere remains bright and cheery. Laughter floats in from the hallway, accompanied by the clink of cutlery as Mother serves dinner. Familiar aromas fill the air: roast chicken, carrots braised in butter, Yorkshire pudding standing proudly on plates. We rise, stepping cautiously towards the door. As we enter the dining area, everyone turns, smiling at seeing Father and myself. Warm greetings mingle with laughter, breaking the spell of solitude that had hung heavy in the living room. Plates are quickly cleared, conversation flows easily, weaving itself around tables laden with food. Afterwards, we move to the drawing room, taking seats by the fireside once more. Tea is poured, sweet biscuits offered. Stories begin anew, spun effortlessly by Mother and Auntie, laced with magic and mystery. Children gather round, eager to listen, forming a circle that spills over onto sofas and chairs. Hours slip by almost imperceptibly, each minute rich with connection and belonging. Inside these walls, time slows, stretches, bends. Boundaries blur, distinctions fade. What matters most isn't what happens next, but being together now, basking in shared experiences and silences. Patience breeds knowledge, perseverance yields rewards. In these spaces, routines become rituals. Everyday gestures weave tapestry of lives entwined intimately. Walls bear witness to joys and sorrows, successes and failures, dreams nurtured and hopes dashed. Yet somehow, hope persists, rooted deeply within hearts beating rhythmically together. Thus ends another evening nested cozily within arms stretched wide offering sanctuary. Hearth continues glowing faintly, beckoning anyone who needs rest or refuge. Tomorrow brings uncertainty, challenges unseen lurking just beyond horizon. But tonight belongs exclusively ours, steeped in warmth, bathed in light, anchored securely within embrace of home. I settle further into the deep cushion of an old armchair, feeling the familiar comfort seep into bones weary after days spent tending fields under relentless sun. My gaze drifts toward the hearth, still warming despite the fading daylight. Logs crackle softly, dancing flames throwing playful shadows upon the walls adorned with family portraits, faces grinning warmly down at us from above. Beside me, Marmalade stirs awake, her fur ruffling slightly as she adjusts beneath blankets scattered about my lap. She curls closer, seeking heat, purring quietly. Occasionally, her head lifts briefly to check surroundings before returning to nap, trusting safety found here. A sudden knock breaks the quietude, startling both cat and I. Footsteps shuffle hurriedly across floorboards, pausing just outside entrance leading to hall. "Come in," I murmur, recognizing Father's hesitant tread. He enters slowly, carrying a stack of papers bound carefully together. Eyes tired yet filled with resolve, He places documents on nearby desk, smoothing hair distractedly behind ear. News came today regarding harvest quotas imposed by guild leaders. Concern tightens muscles between shoulder blades, though outwardly nothing betrays worry. What does this mean? I ask calmly, hoping steady voice conveys strength needed right now. Increased demands ahead. Fingers tap nervously on desktop. If crops fail well, there won't be enough stored grains even for winter months. People might suffer shortages during cold season approaching swiftly soon. Silence hangs thick until finally, how can we help? Determined glint lights eyes momentarily. I working harder, growing whatever possible remaining land allows. And perhaps reaching out neighbors struggling also facing difficulties. Nodding, I agree firmly. Cooperation essential among close-knit communities ensures survival collectively. Though future uncertain, solidarity strengthens bonds holding families together resiliently enduring hardships faced bravely united. With renewed purpose, Father leaves office, leaving me alone once more. Flames lick hungrily at wood, bathing everything in golden hue. Here, worries melt away, replaced instead comforting certainty knowing loved ones near provide haven safe harbor weather storms raging outside. Evenings grow longer, stretching into twilight as Father steps out again. Marmalade yawns loudly beside me, then leaps gracefully off my knee to explore the empty space left behind. Her tail flickers playfully, chasing invisible insects in the dying light. From upstairs comes the sound of children laughing merrily, voices rising and falling in joyful chatter. They've settled into games, likely building castles with blocks or racing toy cars along wooden tracks laid out haphazardly across the nursery carpet. Below stairs, the silence feels profound compared to earlier noise. Only occasional rustlings indicate life elsewhere, a mouse scurrying past, maybe, or someone shifting positions somewhere far off. Mama calls from the kitchen, asking if anything was missed while she prepared supper. Her voice carries clearly, mingled with distant hum of pots and pans colliding lightly against countertops. Scene rises delicately, perfuming air with savory hints of roasted meats and freshly baked bread. Outdoors, darkness settles fully, veiling sky and earth in shadow. Stars twinkle feebly overhead, barely piercing gloom made thicker by gathering storm clouds. Rain begins pelting rooftops steadily, creating rhythmic drumming sounds punctuated occasionally by sharp flashes illuminating murky outlines of trees swaying wildly in high winds. Back here, sheltered safely indoors, warmth envelops all. Firelight dances freely across faces gathered around table, casting elongated profiles stark against wallpaper worn smooth by years of touching hands. Conversations ebb and flow smoothly, threads woven tightly connecting present moments to those lived yesterday and tomorrow too. Tonight seems especially precious, held dearer than usual because of circumstances pressing heavily everywhere else. Worries loom large, threatening to spill over edges of peace maintained thus far. But here, amidst murmurs of satisfaction and contentment lingering ever present, fears recede somewhat, allowing glimpses of resilience shining brightly nonetheless. Perhaps it helps simply acknowledging reality rather than hiding from it. For sharing burdens makes lifting seem less daunting overall. Whatever reason fuels current optimism, it suffices well enough for now. For tonight, we hold fast together, finding solace in mutual support and understanding. So I sip tea thoughtfully, letting steam curl upwards lazily towards ceiling painted pale cream. Thoughts swirl idly, reflecting day gone by and possibilities waiting hopefully ahead. Meanwhile, Marmalade snuggles deeper underneath blanket spread loosely across legs, nose twitching intermittently as scent reaches her keen sense of olfaction. Footfalls approach hesitantly, stopping abruptly mere inches apart. "Everything all right?" Father whispers softly, leaning casually against doorway frame. "Yes, Thank you for checking, I reply honestly, meeting him halfway into chamber. He nods reassuringly, shoulders relaxing visibly upon entering proper reach. We stand side by side silently a while, absorbing calming presence filling otherwise silent space. Then, let's finish puzzle together sometime soon, suggests father, nudging me gently towards sofa crammed full of colourful pieces awaiting assembly. Puzzle represents challenge met cooperatively, symbolising unity forged stronger through adversity endured jointly. Together we step towards destiny unknown, guided surely by ties binding generations closely interlinked. Despite looming uncertainties hanging ominously outside, inner sanctuities remain firm foundations supporting fragile edifice called home. Sooner or later, tempest passes, revealing clearer skies welcoming hopeful spirits yearning freedom unencumbered fear. Herein lies beauty, true simplicity cherished fiercely, connections treasured infinitely. Thus nights pass peacefully, wrapped snugly within layers, loving embraces offer respite sought desperately whenever troubles threaten overwhelming existence wholly. Morning breaks slowly, creeping through cracks in the blind and painting shadows softly. Light filters warmly between fingers, dancing on skin. Marmalade stirs slightly beneath blanket, purring contentedly. She curls closer instinctually, seeking comfort in familiar patterns. A knock rouses attention sharply. Mother enters carrying tray balanced carefully, eyes alight with early morning cheer. Tea ready just as requested. Warmth spreads instantly, easing tension still clinging tenuously despite overnight repose. Thank you, I murmur genuinely, accepting mug gratefully. Sips bring welcome heat, grounding senses firmly anchored to present. Around us signs of activity stir, soft shuffles approaching staircase, giggles echoing briefly before fading away. Father appears next, yawning widely yet smiling broadly. Thought you might need company. His hand finds mine easily, squeezing tenderly. Shared glance conveys reassurance, solidifying doubts momentarily vanquished. Breakfast sets table abuzz with lively conversation threading between plates piled high. Toast slices toasted crisp, jam dolloped liberally. Orange juice poured until brim almost spills over edge. Atmosphere crackles positively charged, electric with anticipation. Children tumble excitedly nearby, shouts interspersed among playful banter. Toys scattered randomly provide endless entertainment value. Chaos surrounds, yet center holds steady ground fortified deeply loved bonds cemented strongly. Dishes pile higher, accumulating rapidly during mealtime frenzy. Utensils jangle rhythmically against bowls, forming symphony unique unto itself. Spoons scrape hurriedly against porcelain surfaces, scraping clean spaces diligently worked tirelessly. Mother glances fondly toward entrance hall, nodding approvingly. They're growing swiftly, aren't they? Already running races alongside parents themselves. Pride shines vividly evident, reflected truth universally acknowledged. Puzzle box sits forgotten corner, remnants spilling messily across floorboards. Pieces lie disarrayed, unused potential lying dormant patiently. Someday perhaps, family could tackle project collaboratively, uniting efforts collectively achieving common goal successfully. Wind whistles mournful tune outside, rattling branches insistently against windows. Storm lingered reluctantly, unwilling to depart willingly. Yet even storms yield eventual calms, nurturing growth necessary sustaining vitality enduringly. Sun climbs higher, bathing landscape golden hue. Rays stream directly through skylights, highlighting dust motes suspended midair transiently. Shadow puppet theatre ensues, naturally occurring phenomenon captivating young imaginations readily engaged passionately. Laughter fills house thoroughly, resonating hollowly against stone walls enclosing cozy haven securely protected. Voices merge harmoniously, overlapping melodies combining perfectly resulting beautiful harmony appreciated profoundly. The afternoon will bring its own tasks. For now, this is enough. Mama clears her throat delicately, drawing everyone's gaze upwards. Her smile widens reassuringly, though there's an underlying hint of weariness. "How was your day?" she asks softly, placing a steaming bowl beside Father, who thanks her with a grateful look. "I managed all right," Father replies, taking a spoonful thoughtfully. "Just a lot going on." "We all did well today," Mama adds, patting him affectionately. "Now, what shall we have tonight?" Suggestions float freely. A roast chicken, homemade pie, fish stew. Papa chuckles lightly, shaking head amusedly. "Let's try something new then. How does shepherd's pie sound?" Excited chatter follows, voices rising animatedly discussing ingredients needed, preparation methods debated hotly. Marmalade leaps off lap, padding silently upstairs, presumably to nap again under blankets, waiting expectantly. Once decision made, tasks unfold methodically. Ingredients measure carefully, cut precisely. Pots simmer steadily, releasing fragrances enticingly, filling kitchen air sweetly scented. Hands work deftly, chopping vegetables finely, stirring sauces smoothly. Meanwhile, children race playfully in hallway, laughing loudly, chasing one another. Their antics spill occasionally into dining area, causing minor disruptions, punctuated by gales of delighted laughter breaking forth unexpectedly. Finally, dinner arrives, served promptly, laid out attractively upon table, garnishing centerpiece flowers freshly picked moments ago. Everyone gathers around communal space, faces lit warmly by candle flames flickering merrily, casting pools of light shifting constantly. Mealtimes pass pleasantly, conversations flowing easily, connecting hearts closely knit, tightly bound together lovingly. Food tastes superbly delicious, satisfying hunger fully. We take our time. No one rushes. That is the gift of evenings like this. Later, when the plates are cleared and the candles guttering low, we drift back to the sitting room. Marmalade has reclaimed her spot on the sofa. Father dozes in his chair. Mama leans against his shoulder, eyes half closed. I pull the blanket a little higher. Tomorrow will come with its lists and its worries. Tonight we have this, the fire, the quiet, the people under one roof. Good night.